Welcome back to our channel, and today we are going to do food storage and emergency preparedness food. And we're going to be comparing high-cost food storage to low-cost food storage. So this box has 4 different packages in it, kind of an assortment of different things, and it was about $17 or $18 for 16 servings, so a little bit over $1 per serving. And then these ones right here were about $8 to $12 each, depending upon what it was. And you buy them in individual packages, and they have about 2 to 2.5 servings. So they were about $5 per serving compared to $1 per serving. The brand of these ones are called Mountain House, and they can be found online on their website, on Amazon sometimes, and at most sporting stores actually. Really, you can find these a lot of places. These we got specifically from Amazon. The brand is the Wise Company, and you can probably find those a lot of places as well. Most of your local grocery stores probably have a food storage section. I actually never noticed them before until I actually went there and found out that they had one. All right, so let's get started. The way they work is both packages, no matter which brand, you need boiling water and you add it to the package itself. So you don't need any extra like serving plates or bowls or anything like that. As long as you have a way to heat water, boil it up, and put it in these, you'll be good. And they both take roughly about 15 minutes to make. Now, what we're gonna do so we don't open a bunch and waste them is we're gonna be eating these throughout the day. And so we're going to start with breakfast ones. Now, this one doesn't really have a breakfast one in it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to eat these for breakfast, and then we're going to do one of each for lunch, and then one of each for dinner to kind of compare them and see how they work.
Hey, for breakfast, we are going to have breakfast skillet. In it, this has hash browns, scrambled eggs, and then pork, sausage, peppers, and onions. So, good variety in there. This one has 2 servings in it, and it's got 350 calories per serving, so it's good for us. This Mountain House one does have a shelf life of 30 years, so it'll last a long time without being used.
All right.
Kind of see in there. Okay, so we've got it open. Now we are going to add our boiling water. We're going to add 1.5 cups.
All right, so each scoop is about half a cup.
Oh, there you go.
1.
I can see the chunks of eggs and hash browns.
And you're supposed to take the packet out first.
So we put our boiling water in, that's step number 2, and then I'm gonna stir it up so it's all mixed. It smells good. Can you smell it?
Yeah, that does smell good. All right, so yeah, mix it up real good, and then after you mix it up, take the spoon out, and then you just zip it up, and you let it stand for about 4 minutes. After 4 minutes, you open it up, stir it again, and let it stand for another 5 or so minutes. All right, so it's been about 9 minutes now, and so what we're gonna do is we're gonna open this up. There we go. That smells really good. All right. All right, so let's take a look inside the bag. And inside the bag there, you can kind of see what it looks like. And typically you would be eating it out of the bag. We're gonna pour it on the plate for you. That way you can kind of see what it looks like. And the bag is still really warm. And so let's go ahead and pour it on the plate now. All right, so we pour it on here. Kind of comes out in a chunk. Let's scrape the rest of this out of here so you can kind of get an idea how much is in there. So. All right, so on the plate, this is kind of what it looks like. Now, it definitely does look like mush, but honestly, if you probably got eggs and potatoes and everything, just cooked it together normally, it would look pretty similar. So I would say it actually looks pretty good. So for presentation, give it a thumbs up, definitely. All right, now for the real test, the taste test, let's go ahead and try this. Take a bite, make sure you get everything on there that's in there.
Eggs, hash browns, peppers.
Yeah, sausage, go for it. That actually does taste really good. It's definitely different because all the flavors are mixed together. So you can't really just like get like, oh, I can definitely taste the eggs or the potatoes. But like the things that definitely stand out are one, the peppers. I think that definitely adds a lot to it, which is great. The sausage is really great. And then you definitely can taste the eggs. And this looks like a lot of food, and it does, every bite does actually feel pretty filling. So that's good as well.
It's good. Very warm. I think it'd be very nice on a cold morning, camping or without electricity in our house.
Yep. And if you leave it in the pouch, it'll definitely stay warmer because the pouch is meant to kind of keep the heat in. So that would be good. But yeah, initial thoughts on this one, I think it's really good. Now, like we said earlier, we don't have one of the Wise Company brand ones for breakfast, so we'll be trying those for lunch. We definitely did want to try these so that way we could kind of have a feel for what it tastes like throughout the day. All right, now that it's lunchtime, what we're gonna do is we are going to make the mac and cheese from Mountain House and then the creamy vegetable pasta from Wise Company. So this bag holds 4 servings of it in it. Each serving is about 200 calories. And then for the mac and cheese, it holds 3 servings in the container, and they're about 320 calories each. And these ones are a 25-year shelf life, whereas those are a 30-year shelf life. All right, so we got our boiling pot of water again, and we need to hurry and get 2 cups of this into the Mountain House one.
Oh wait, the thing.
Oh, yep, gotta remember to take the packet out.
Got it this time.
Whoa, that's like 3/4. A little bit more, and we just need like a half one. All right.
Okay, gonna stir this up. I'm gonna close up the mac and cheese, and we're gonna let this one sit.
All right, so this one doesn't have an easy open, so I'm gonna have to use scissors to cut it. But now I will pour it in here. Oh, the packet. Got it. Give it a quick little stir. And this one, you're actually supposed to cover it up after. So we're gonna put a lid on it, like that, and we will let it sit. All right, so we're gonna start the mac and cheese because it finishes sooner. So go ahead and open that.
Okay, it's very warm.
That looks like some pretty cheesy mac and cheese. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna scoop some of it out onto the plate, and then we will see what it tastes like.
Oh, it's very cheesy. Soup.
One thing I've noticed about both of these so far is they look kind of like mushy a little bit, but they don't necessarily taste super mushy. But yeah, it just looks really, really soupy. But it's actually pretty creamy.
My noodles are hard.
But yeah, mac and cheese, first initial impressions, not the best. Taste is good, taste is fine, but the crunch of the noodles is kind of... All right, so this one is a little bit soupier, actually quite a bit soupier. On the package, it does say it comes with like a creamy sauce, and so that should be how it is. Looks a little soupier than the picture, but it still looks okay, and I'll kind of show you this here, what it looks like. So you can see it's kind of like a chicken noodle type soup, except it's not chicken noodle. What is it?
It's creamy pasta and vegetable rotini.
It's creamy pasta and vegetable rotini. And we're actually just gonna eat it straight out of this pot, just because how soupy it is.
Noodles, peas, carrots, soup.
Ooh, it's a little hot.
Spill it. It's hot. Spilling.
You can definitely taste the peas and carrots. Try another bite.
It's very drippy.
These noodles are a lot less crunchy than those noodles right there. So that's one good start.
I like it.
Yeah, my initial
I
impression
think it tastes good.
is I like it. One thing that I would actually do is I'd probably add some salt and pepper to it though, because it doesn't have as much flavor as the Mountain House ones had. It's just like very basic ingredients, and so I would add some salt and pepper, and I think it'd be really good. All right, so final meal of the day. It's a lot later now, and we are doing lasagna. So both options actually had a lasagna. We have the Mountain House one here that is 240 calories a serving, 2.5 servings a bag. And then we have the Wise Company one here that's 250 calories, 4 servings a bag. Just like the last one, water goes in here, this one goes in the water. This one's actually a cheesy lasagna, whereas this one is a lasagna with meat sauce. And so let's get adding the water.
2 cups for this one. The same instructions. Pour it in, stir it.
Take the freezer bag out.
And then let it sit for about 10 minutes.
All right.
That.
So there is almost one.
I can
Almost
smell
another.
the meat sauce.
The third one. All right, stir that up. While you're doing that, I will cut this one. We will pour it all in there. Oh no!
Packet.
Packet. I always forget that this one has a packet. Ah. All right.
We
There we go.
struggle with packets.
Pop the packet. Put the rest in there. Mix it up. Get it all good. And then this one, like always, put the top back on. Get into it. All right. So now we're gonna go ahead and try them. And while we're trying them, let's go ahead and look at what these look like. So this one, it looks like kind of a stew. So I was expecting it to be a lot less soupy, but I guess we'll see what it's like. It's saying to add 4 cups of water to these, which we did. I would suggest probably doing a little less. All right, and then now we're also going to open up the Mountain House food one and look at that. So that looks a little bit more like what I was expecting. And so we'll go ahead and taste these. See what they're like. Hopefully these noodles aren't crunchy like the last one. So we're gonna pour this one, the Mountain House one, on the plate again so you guys can see what it looks like. Meanwhile, while Sydney's doing that, let me go ahead and try this one.
If this one is cooked, it looks good. How's that one?
This one's
Try that
a
one.
little weird. Not my favorite. It tastes more like a tomato soup with noodles in it, is how I would explain it. Not my favorite taste either. Very basic. Much like all the other ones, or I guess the other one of this that we've tried. It does seem like a very basic ingredients meant to keep you alive. Let's go ahead and try the Mountain House one. This one's actually really good. I would actually eat this regularly.
It is cooked. All of it's soft.
Noodles are much better. This time we left it in a lot longer and didn't stir it midway through, so that might have helped with it. But this is actually really good. This tastes like lasagna. All right, so comparison time. We are going to compare the Wise Company food to the Mountain House. And so the first category, let's start in, is just overall flavor. For me, in my opinion, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, the Mountain House food definitely had a way better flavor. Of course, we didn't try the Wise Company for breakfast, but the lunch one and the dinner one of this was very bland. You definitely want to add your own like salt and spices to it, whatnot. I didn't like how soupy the lasagna came out. I wasn't really impressed with it at all. I probably wouldn't want to eat it. Like if I was starving, yes, of course I'd eat it if it was the only thing I had, but I would not be happy while eating it at all. And I think that would really like, when you're in a bad situation and you need food storage and you need a pick-me-up, food is like a great go-to, and I would say this is not that good go-to. However, some of the dishes in here, and if they're probably cooked a little bit better and you kind of find the right mix of water and I guess dried food to put in it, it does look like it could be a lot better. And the taste isn't terrible. It's just kind of bland, like I said. And so if you're going in bulk, this is probably worth it, but I would definitely recommend having a few of these there. If I was kind of camping or long-term food storage, I definitely want to go with these. A little bit pricier, but in my opinion, they're a lot better and a lot more worth it.
I also think these ones taste like exactly what you'd expect them to taste like. Like the lasagna tastes like if we were to make a lasagna,
Yeah.
like it's the same, whereas this isn't quite exactly the flavor that you're used to, but I would guess this tastes like chicken fajitas.
Yeah, and so these, like Sydney said, definitely taste like what they were. The only problem we had is with the mac and cheese. That might have been our bad in cooking it. We cooked this one a little bit different. It turned out a lot better. So if we cooked the mac and cheese, the flavor was great. The noodles were just hard. And so If I had to rate these on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being I would not eat it, 5 being this is my favorite thing in the world, I'd probably rate these like a 2.5. I would eat them, they would do the job. Because of their price point of $1 per serving, it gives them a little bit higher ranking. Whereas these, I would rate these a 4.5, just because they're really great. We did have that problem with mac and cheese, but overall, they're really good value for kind of what you're paying for, especially if it's like a short-term food storage. So like a 72-hour kit, I would definitely put these in here. Yeah, it's a little bit expensive, but if you're in a 72-hour kit sort of situation, it's not going to break your bank to have a few of these on hand, whereas this would probably be better for long-term, mixing a few of these in here. Or there's probably other brands that we haven't tried yet, but that's kind of my opinion. Anything else?
I think that's all.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it kind of gave you a little bit of information about these 2 different brands of food storage. Of course, there's so many other types that you can try. If you've tried any that you really love, let us know below. But yeah, this is kind of our experience, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
See ya.